Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today. Chapter 91. Return. Global Top 10? Why so weak? As if in a trance, Lin Yuan opened his eyes. Is this death? Scenes from stepping into the space-time rift emerged in Lin Yuan's mind. It was an endless and chaotic flow of space, without color, without direction. Before Lin Yuan could react, his body began to collapse. The Taiji field, his physical form, consciousness, soul, and everything else, all collapsing. Lucky I didn't go in 20 years ago. Otherwise, what a waste of time that would have been. Lin Yuan thought to himself. From the first glimpse of the space-time rift, Lin Yuan felt an extreme sense of danger. So he decided to leave decisively. He spent those 20 years continuing to travel the world, seeking enlightenment along the way, and incidentally solving several disasters for the greater Yan dynasty, training several martial gods and firmly establishing the Liu family's reign. How exactly did that ancient godly being from 10,000 years ago leave? Lin Yuan wondered slightly. According to his speculation, the ancient godly being could have been at most 4th rank peak, definitely not surpassing 5th rank. Yet, facing that level of spatial turbulence, even a 5th rank would not survive for long. Anyway, Lin Yuan decided not to overthink it. He started to take stock of this traversal. Without a doubt, the greatest gain from this traversal was opening up the 3rd and 4th rank levels of the martial arts evolution system. Although before the traversal, Lin Yuan had already stepped into 3rd rank. He had just entered the beginning phase of 3rd rank. The middle phase, late phase, and peak, and so on, were all perfected in the divine arms world. In the end, he even took the big leap into 4th rank. One must know, the path of cultivation that Lin Yuan chose was the most difficult, the path of the essence of rules. If it were just a normal breakthrough to 4th rank, it certainly wouldn't have taken Lin Yuan so long. The essence of rules. Lin Yuan walked out of the nutrition capsule, faintly sensing the vast and endless rules from all directions of the cosmic starry sky. Compared to the divine arms world, the essence of the rules in the main world were undoubtedly much more powerful. Not just vast, but also more complete. In the main world, trying to forcibly extract its essence of rules like the ancient godly being did, is almost impossible. It's not a matter of strength. Anyone who dares to do so will surely be crushed by the main world's overwhelming power. It's been over 2 days, not too bad. Lin Yuan glanced at the time and had a clear idea in his mind. 160 years in the divine arms world, in the main world barely 50 hours had passed. My current realm is probably equivalent to 4th rank, 9th stage. Lin Yuan assessed himself. Just over 10 years after suppressing the Sun and Moon Spear, he stepped into 4th rank. The following 8 or 9 years were spent arranging nodes on the 5 sacred battlefields, in order to form the Taiji furnace to suppress the 35 divine weapons. The 20 years of wandering the world after that were spent truly on enlightenment and cultivation. From 1st stage to 9th stage of 4th rank, basically all were perfected during these 20 years. Of course, realm is realm. Lin Yuan's current strength still remained at the early stage of 3rd rank. Choose the right cosmic spiritual objects, and recovery will happen quickly. Lin Yuan opened the online marketplace and began to make his selections. For an evolver, the most important thing is their own realm. What about power intensity? If you lose control over your realm, it's meaningless. These two will do. After a moment of thought, Lin Yuan confirmed his choice of spiritual objects. His cultivation system still revolved around Tai-yin and Tai-yang as the main core of the Taiji path. So naturally, he chose cosmic spiritual objects with yin and yang attributes. 12 billion. Lin Yuan looked at the price. This traversal had Lin Yuan advancing levels far beyond the past 2 times. From the early stage of 3rd rank to 4th rank, 9th stage, that's a difference of 21 stages. Therefore, the quality and level of the cosmic spiritual objects he selected this time were naturally high. Indeed, had he not had 4th-level citizen privileges, Lin Yuan, no matter how wealthy, would not even be able to see objects of such quality. Still short on money, Lin Yuan sighed. Normally speaking, an evolver at the early stage of 3rd rank, cultivating to 4th rank, 9th stage, even with smooth sailing and no bottlenecks, would take hundreds or thousands of years. This is provided that they have a complete evolution path to guide them. For a 3rd rank evolver spreading the cost of 12 billion over hundreds of years, it's not a pressure at all. It's just Lin Yuan, this peculiar freak whose advancement speed in a short period was too fast, leading to his wealth not being able to keep up. 4th-level citizens have a 10 billion loan limit, plus my tournament winnings. Lin Yuan confirmed his identity information and purchased the 2 cosmic spiritual objects. The group stage of this tournament provided Lin Yuan with nearly 10 billion in prize money. As for the individual competition, since the individual competition has not yet ended, all prize money will be settled once it's over. Let's upload the 3rd rank chapter that was deduced from this traversal. Facing a decrease in his account balance, Lin Yuan made up his mind. Uploading the subsequent parts of the martial path evolutionary path has only benefits for Lin Yuan, no disadvantages. Firstly, it would result in a large amount of merit points. In the Cosmic Human Alliance, merit points are extremely important. Ordinary citizens primarily have 3 ways to earn merit points. One is to enlist in the army and fight with different species on the frontier. For every different species killed, you contribute to the whole human civilization, thus you can obtain corresponding merit points. Another way is to serve the human civilization, and based on the assessment of the 3 goddesses, one can also receive relevant merit points. Take the governor of Kanglan Star, for example. If public satisfaction is high during his tenure, and he makes genuine contributions to the planet, he can receive corresponding merit points as a reward. Chapter 92. The 3rd aspect involves research and development and inventions, which include various novel discoveries, encompassing evolutionary paths and other types of technology. Beyond the aforementioned 3 categories, there are other ways to earn merit points. For example, accidentally discovering traces of different species or their conspiracies, and then reporting these to the Goddess of Wisdom, thus preventing human civilization from suffering losses, after which the Goddess of Wisdom would impartially determine the importance of this intel and award merit points accordingly. In Lin Yuan's mind, uploading evolutionary paths was undoubtedly the most cost-effective way to acquire merit points. As for killing different species, on the battlegrounds at the frontier, fraught with risks, Lin Yuan saw no need to take this risk. And serving the Cosmic Human Alliance? Taking on a minor official position felt too troublesome and came with the pressure of making achievements. Moreover, perfecting the martial path evolutionary path had another advantage. That was to improve one's ranking on the Kanglan evolution ranking. You see, it's not as if once Lin Yuan uploaded the evolutionary path to the Goddess of Wisdom, it ceased to be his. Lin Yuan was still the founder of the evolutionary path. And within the Cosmic Human Alliance, every citizen who purchased the martial path evolutionary path for cultivation would result in Lin Yuan receiving 30% of the income. The higher the potential of the martial path evolutionary path, the higher it ranked on the evolution ranking, and the greater the promotion it received. The more wealth Lin Yuan would ultimately accumulate. Key point is, this source of income was continuous. And that was only the direct impact. Being the founder of a powerful evolutionary path, there were many indirect, hidden influences as well. 3rd rank chapter. Lin Yuan began to significantly modify the 3rd rank chapter of the martial path evolutionary path with his Against Heaven's understanding, making it suitable for citizens of the main world to cultivate. 2 days later, Lin Yuan opened his eyes. Goddess of Wisdom. Lin Yuan directly connected to the Goddess of Wisdom. Respected 4th level citizen Lin Yuan, the Goddess of Wisdom is pleased to serve you. Since being promoted to a 4th level citizen, the Goddess of Wisdom had become increasingly gentler in her treatment of Lin Yuan. I want to upload the 3rd rank chapter of the Martial Path Evolutionary Path. Lin Yuan spoke. As for why there was no 4th rank chapter, Lin Yuan himself was still at the 4th rank 9th stage, and had not fully completed this level, so there was no need to upload it in advance. Besides, the 3rd rank chapter was sufficient. The rule essence pathway Lin Yuan had chosen was already reflected in the 3rd rank chapter. Accompanied by Lin Yuan swiftly uploading the 3rd rank chapter content. In a mysterious space countless light-years from Kanglan Star, massive screens flashed rapidly, as immense computational power frenetically assessed and deduced the value of the 3rd rank chapter of the Martial Path Evolutionary System. The 3rd rank chapter uploaded by Lin Yuan was divided into Martial God chapter and Heaven Man chapter. Detected Martial God chapter contains a higher order method to forge the body. Detected Heaven Man chapter involves the power of origin rules, beginning re-evaluation of the potential of the Martial Path Evolutionary Path. Evaluation complete. Current Martial Path Evolutionary Path has a 10% probability to promote to 5th rank Evolution Path, and a 60% probability to promote to 6th rank Evolution Path. Probability of the Martial Path Evolutionary Path promoting to 6th rank Evolution Path exceeding 50%, triggering the Charter Secrecy Protocol. Relevant contingency plans generated. Henceforth, all promotions concerning Human Citizen Code 123******** will be handled by the 3 goddesses. No other authorizations needed. Beginning valuation of the 3rd rank chapter. 40,000 merit points. Is there a need to seek nearby highest citizen authorization? No need. Shuiwei Residential Complex. Residence number 32. Lin Yuan was adapting to his current frail physical body. The solemn and cool voice of the Goddess of Wisdom rang out. Respected 4th level citizen Lin Yuan. So quickly. Lin Yuan appeared somewhat surprised. Compared to his previous uploads of evolutionary paths, the response from the Goddess of Wisdom was much quicker this time. After the final evaluation, your uploaded 3rd rank chapter is valued at 40,000 merit points. The Goddess of Wisdom provided the response. Good. Lin Yuan nodded. 40,000 merit points was not the value of the entire Martial Path Evolutionary Path, but specifically the value of the 3rd rank chapter. Too bad. Still short some merit points to promote to a 5th level citizen. Lin Yuan glanced at his merit points balance. A 4th level citizen aiming to promote to a 5th level citizen needed 50,000 merit points. Since Lin Yuan's promotion to 4th level citizen had consumed 10,000 merit points, leaving him with 9,000 merit points. Now, with the newly acquired 40,000 merit points, he had a total of 49,000 merit points. Let's check the latest updates on the Martial Path Evolutionary Path. Lin Yuan's thoughts flickered, and he summoned his evolutionary system panel. The extreme potential is still 6th rank. Lin Yuan stroked his chin. The 7th rank evolution path was much more difficult than he had imagined, and even the essence of many rules he had learned in the Divine Arms world could not give the Martial Path Evolutionary Path a sliver of possibility for advancing to the 7th rank. Perhaps there are other constraints on the 7th rank evolution path. Lin Yuan pondered for a moment, then continued to look further. A full possibility of advancing to the 5th rank evolution system, and a 60% chance of advancing to the 6th rank evolution path. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. If he remembered correctly, before he had uploaded the 3rd rank chapter, the chance of the Martial Path Evolutionary Path advancing to the 6th rank evolution path was only 10%. Now, surging to 60% was clearly due to the essence of the rules. Right? Now, where does the Martial Path Evolutionary System rank on the Kanglan Evolution ranking? Lin Yuan, somewhat curious, looked at the latest ranking of the Martial Path Evolutionary Path. Others would have to wait for the Kanglan Evolution ranking to be updated to know the ranking of any evolutionary path in real time. But Lin Yuan, as the founder of the Marshall Path Evolutionary Path, naturally could check any real-time information about the Marshall Path Evolutionary Path. Marshall Path Evolutionary Path, Kanglin Evolution Ranking. First, Virtual World, Personal Room. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. The environment of the personal room simulated being a vast desert. The hot air spread like wildfire. Lin Yuan opened his eyes. Mr. Liao is looking for me. Lin Yuan's thoughts flickered. The barren desert in front of him began to transform. It quickly formed into a manor-like setting, with bridges over flowing water, resembling a southern Chinese household. The next moment, Mr. Liao's figure appeared in the chair across from him. Mr. Lin. Mr. Liao was quite respectful toward Lin Yuan. After all, on the arena, the prowess Lin Yuan had demonstrated had shattered Mr. Liao's perceptions time and again. Now, he had even advanced to the top 10 in the individual competition. It's worth noting that the Kanglin Star Arena competition was open to all evolvers of Kanglin Star. That Lin Yuan could break into the top 10 in such an arena, what kind of favored son of heaven was this? Even without thinking, Mr. Liao knew that once this competition ended, Lin Yuan would soar to heights far beyond his reach. There's just over a week until the final battle for the top 10. Mr. Liao disclosed his purpose for coming. Although from previous records, it was easy to see that Lin Yuan's odds against the other monsters in the top 10 weren't high. Many speculated that Lin Yuan might be the weakest among them. But at the very least, there was still concern. After all, Lin Yuan had secured a top 10 ticket, the pride of Dongning City for thousands of years. Mr. Lin, this is what I've collected, videos of those top 10 evolvers fighting, including analyses from higher-level evolvers. I believe after watching these, you'll understand more. Mr. Liao immediately played a video. The fight itself wasn't rare. What mattered was the attached analysis of other evolvers. Because, like it or not, what different level evolvers see in the same battle often varies. High-level evolvers can spot the weaknesses and shortcomings of the combatants at a glance. If Lin Yuan could absorb the judgments in the analysis, he might have an advantage in the forthcoming top 10 showdown. While hoping for a top 5 or 3 might be too much, aiming for a 7th or 8th place was still hopeful. After all, to make it into the global top 10, the differences in strength between each were not substantial. Perhaps that bit of understanding could play a crucial role. Please watch, Mr. Lin. Mr. Liao played the video. So powerful. Mr. Liao watched alongside Lin Yuan. Even after many views, Mr. Liao was still shocked. However, sitting beside him, watching the video with Mr. Liao, Lin Yuan seemed unconcerned. The pressure he felt before from those evolvers standing in the global top 10. Now, to Lin Yuan, they seemed too weak. Chapter 93, climbing to the top trending rankings. Among the top 10 global evolvers, the one most likely to clinch the title should be the evolver known as Fang Qing. Fang Qing's origins are unknown. He is suspected to have encountered a great opportunity, receiving the heritage of a high-rank evolver and cultivating the ancient god evolutionary path. Moreover, the ancient god evolutionary path refers to a category of incredibly powerful evolutionary paths as a collective term. Each ancient god evolutionary path corresponds to an ancient god in the depths of the starry sky. In terms of hierarchy, the ancient god evolutionary path surpasses the 6th rank. Before Lin Yuan proceeded with his traversal, the one he most dreaded was this Fang Qing. With the power of the Taiji field at his disposal, if he were to go all out, Lin Yuan was confident he could compete with the other 8 evolvers. The only one he was uncertain about was Fang Qing. But that was before the traversal. After completing the 3rd traversal, Lin Yuan had transformed inside out. His strength had even reached the 4th rank, 9th segment. Under such circumstances, even though his Marshall Path evolutionary path's potential limit was still not as high as the ancient god evolutionary path, the overwhelming difference at the Great Realm meant the two were simply not on the same level anymore. Now, Lin Yuan felt no interest in watching the battle videos of the other 9 evolvers. Not to mention feeling any pressure. Then I'll take my leave first. Mr. Liao said upon seeing Lin Yuan's lack of interest, promptly suggesting his departure. It seems Mr. Lin Yuan doesn't have much confidence in the upcoming competition for the top 10. Mr. Liao thought to himself as he returned to his personal room. Actually, it was only to be expected. One should see what the other 9 evolvers are like: the Thunder God who can transform into lightning, the fortunate individual who awoke the 6th rank Fallen Star level bloodline, and Feng Qing who cultivates the Ancient God evolutionary path. This lineup would be considered extravagant even in previous tournament rankings. Kanglan Star Virtual World, Central Plaza area. Because of the popularity of the tournament, this area became rather desolate, as most citizens had gathered around the tournament arenas. At dawn that day, the Kanglan Evolution ranking began to update its list of information. At first, not many people paid attention to it. But soon, some noticed something amiss. Damn! Am I seeing things? Why has the evolutionary path Purple Thunder, which was ranked first, moved to the 2nd position? I think I'm seeing things too. My God! The Martial Path evolutionary path has taken the top spot? In an instant, the Central Plaza area was in an uproar. Countless people were dumbfounded as they looked up at the word Martial Tao, now at the very top of the evolution ranking. Everyone was familiar with the Martial Path evolutionary path. In fact, they knew it very well. From its initial entry into the top 100 to the top 10, it took only a year or two. Everyone thought that the Martial Path evolutionary path would lay low for a while because every evolutionary path in the top 10 of the ranking withstood the test of hundreds of thousands of years. Especially the Purple Thunder evolutionary path, which dominated the top position for 500,000 years. One of the hot favorites for the current tournament champion, Thunder God, follows the Purple Thunder evolutionary path. Only now, the myth of the Purple Thunder evolutionary path had been broken. What is the background of the Martial Path evolutionary path, and which great figure developed this path? I guess this path must be from a higher-ranked planet's great figure, deliberately placed on our Kanglan star. I agree, the rise of the Martial Path evolutionary path was too sudden. I have an elder who works at the Central Continent Evolvers Association, and I've never seen an evolutionary path similar to the Martial Path evolutionary path. The crowd discussed animatedly, sharing their speculations. In the end, they concluded that the Martial Path evolutionary path most likely originated from a higher-ranked planet, introduced by great figures on Kanglan star. After all, the creation and refinement of an evolutionary path not only depend on its founder but also require the participation of a large number of cultivators. Just like the Purple Thunder evolutionary path, in order to perfect this path, countless evolvers have contributed over hundreds of thousands of years. But what about the Martial Path evolutionary path? It came out of nowhere, without any sign of its emergence. Compared with the general onlookers, those who were previously displaced by a rank by the Martial Path evolutionary path were much more relaxed in their minds. When the Martial Path evolutionary path first appeared, it broke into the 93rd position on the evolving ranking. As a result, the original 93rd, 94th, 5th rank, etc. evolutionary paths naturally receded by 1 rank. Afterward, when the Martial Path evolutionary path rose to the 78th rank, the original 78th, 79th, 80th places also moved back by 1 rank. Latterly, when the Martial Path evolutionary path broke into the top 10, even more evolutionary paths moved back a rank. This had caused discontent among the cultivators following these evolutionary paths. But now, seeing the Martial Path evolutionary path ascend to the top, they didn't know why, but they felt somewhat happy. In short, it might be, if everyone moves back, it's as if no one has. Thunder Rain Star region. Inside the virtual world, Lulan he sat cross-legged. In his mind emerged the teachings of Lin Yuan. The way of Taiji, based on Tai Yin and Tai Yang, seamlessly boundless. The more Lulan he thought about it, the more confused he became, only briefly comprehending when feeling the trace of the Taiji power left by Lin Yuan within him. It was at that moment, a deep voice came through. Lulan he. Father. Lulan he was startled and quickly stood up, speaking respectfully. Compared to his gentle mother, Lulan he feared his father even more. His father was not only the sky of the Lulan family but also a figure of authority in the Thunder Rainstar domain. Chapter 94. A single sentence could determine the fate of hundreds, even thousands of life planets. The evolution path you're cultivating now has too low a probability of advancing to the 6th rank. Change to another one, a deep voice said. Ah? Change to another one? Lulan, he felt some reluctance. But father, I really like the martial Tao, and the founding teacher often gives me guidance, he said, mustering courage to argue. I said the probability of advancing to the 6th rank is too low, only 10%. Choose something with higher odds. Lulan, you said, somewhat impatiently. Before coming here, Lulan, you had naturally reviewed the martial path evolutionary path. With his insight, he could naturally discern the strengths and weaknesses of the martial path evolutionary path. Being able to accommodate both the extreme energies of Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang was indeed impressive. But that was all. Moreover, the martial path evolutionary path currently had only the 1st tier chapter and 2nd layer chapter, and although it had the potential for a 6th rank, there was only a 10% chance. To Lulan Yu, this was far from enough. All right then. However, the martial path evolutionary path just updated with the 3rd rank chapter this morning, and I haven't even finished reading it. Lulan, he said, feeling a bit aggrieved, but unable to go against his father's will. The 3rd rank chapter? Lulan Yu was slightly taken aback. He pulled up the information on the martial path evolutionary path and indeed saw the newly released 3rd rank chapter. Lulan Yu chose to purchase and quickly skimmed through the content of the 3rd rank chapter. The 3rd rank already touches upon the power of origin rules? There's a 60% chance of advancing to the 6th rank? Lulan Yu's expression became slightly more solemn. He looked again at the release times of the 1st tier chapter, 2nd layer chapter, and 3rd rank chapter within the martial path evolutionary path. On average, each rank was released less than a year apart. It's not impossible to cultivate. Lulan Yu scanned his son Lulan He, who looked downcast, pondered for a moment, and then spoke. Since you like this evolution path so much, continue with it. Really? Lulan He's eyes widened. It was the first time he had seen his father change his mind on his own. While the outside world was abuzz over the martial path evolutionary path topping the evolution charts, Lin Yuan had just received the 2 cosmic spiritual objects he had purchased. The Yin-attributed and Yang-attributed objects, valued at 1,200 million. These are the vermilion fruit and cold jade? Lin Yuan opened the alloy box, his spirit slightly stirred. The alloy box was large, divided into 2 layers. The top layer held a crimson fruit. The fruit was only the size of a baby's fist but radiated a surprising amount of heat, as if it were a miniature fireball. Lin Yuan knew that this vermilion fruit was the fruit of some special plants deep in the universe. They were classified by age: centennial vermilion fruit, millennial vermilion fruit, decamillennial vermilion fruit, centimillennial vermilion fruit. The vermilion fruit Lin Yuan purchased was a centennial vermilion fruit. Even so, it was valued at 700 million, and it came with the privileges of a 4th-level citizen. Carefully picking up the vermilion fruit and setting it aside, Lin Yuan looked at the other item in the alloy box. Cold jade. Though not as expensive as the vermilion fruit, it was still a cosmic spiritual object worth 500 million. After thoroughly inspecting the 2 cosmic spiritual objects to ensure there were no issues, Lin Yuan began the refining process. He started with the vermilion fruit. Lin Yuan handled it with extreme caution. Under the light, the vermilion fruit seemed to have a liquefied substance like magma flowing within it. Who knows what kind of special plant could bear such fruit? Lin Yuan thought to himself. He then sat down cross-legged and began to slowly absorb the energy within the vermilion fruit. There were 2 ways to use the vermilion fruit. One could eat it directly, but only if the user's strength was at least at the 4th rank. Only then could one withstand the terrifying energy burst that occurred the moment the vermilion fruit was swallowed. Beneath 4th rank, one had to absorb it slowly, as Lin Yuan was doing. Though Lin Yuan was indeed at the 4th rank 9th realm, he could barely refine the fruit if he swallowed it directly, but there was no need for such haste. Time passed. 1 day later, In front of Lin Yuan, only a thin layer of the fruit peel remained. The essence inside had been completely absorbed by Lin Yuan. Next was another cosmic spiritual object, Han Jade. Refining Han Jade was much easier than the fruit, especially since he had fully refined the fruit and his strength had subtly broken into the 4th rank. Refining Han Jade naturally became even easier. Half a day later, the entire piece of Han Jade disappeared. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged, his aura like a black hole as the powers of Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang turned into black and white, connecting with the universe. I've finally recovered to the 4th rank, 9th segment. Lin Yuan slowly opened his eyes and took a gentle breath. Deep within his Dantian Qi Si, the Tai-Yin powers formed a Taiji pattern like a miniature galaxy, constantly rotating and intertwining. Now, the Taiji field should be considered a real domain. With a thought, Lin Yuan easily covered all of Dongning City with the Taiji field. Moreover, if Lin Yuan wished, he could even spread it further. The power of the domain is something that only 4th and 5th rank evolvers could hope to grasp. But that's just wishful thinking. In reality, most of the 4th and 5th rank evolvers also cannot master the domain. This has nothing to do with combat strength or power, but with one's own cultivation system and talent. Take Lin Yuan, for example, with the Tao of Taiji as his foundation and a perfect fusion of Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang, which then extended to the domain. He had mastered the Taiji field at the 2nd layer, which is the embryonic form of the domain. Other evolvers practicing martial Tao, even if they don't have against heaven's understanding like Lin Yuan. If they follow the martial path evolutionary path and master the powers of Tai-Yin and Tai-Yang to form the Tao of Taiji, even if they do not condense the Taiji field at the 2nd layer, naturally they will master the Taiji domain by the 4th or 5th rank. This is the advantage of an evolutionary path. Continue cultivating. After restoring all his strength, Lin Yuan once again immersed himself in cultivation and enlightenment. Possessing an against heaven's understanding, Lin Yuan did not only cultivate by traversing worlds, he could also cultivate and seek enlightenment in the main world. It's just that, compared to the years, decades, or even 100 years spent in the traversing worlds, Lin Yuan's stay in the main world was short, which led to the illusion that most of his power was obtained through traversing. In fact, if Lin Yuan could spend decades or even centuries in the main world, he would similarly reach a terrifying height. As time edged closer, the heat of the tournament matches was rising, especially the upcoming global top 10 matches, which attracted the attention of most citizens on Kanglan Star. Whether they were evolvers or ordinary citizens, they all wanted to know which evolver would win the final championship. In my opinion, Thunder God has a great chance of winning the championship. His evolution path is Kanglan Star's number 1 evolutionary path. Well, now it's number 2. Regardless, there's no problem with the evolution skill, and Thunder God himself, having survived lightning strikes and being able to incarnate as lightning, just this ability alone is enough. A well-known host began analyzing and releasing various videos to prove their point. Thunder God might be strong, but he's only 3rd rank. That Yang Wei, who has awakened 6th rank bloodline, has the greatest chance to win the championship. 6th rank bloodline, do you understand what that means? Not only is the upper limit as high as 6th rank, but when at a lower rank you can also awaken some innate abilities from the bloodline. Thunder God might be strong, but can he compare to a 6th rank fallen star? Another well-known host spoke out to refute and presented their own viewpoint. What does Thunder God amount to in front of Fang Qing? Do you understand the value of the ancient god evolution path? That's an evolution path with a great reputation even in the Qikuan star domain. If it weren't for the many limitations in cultivation, there wouldn't be any matter of the Purple Thunder evolution skill. And Yang Wei, so what if he's awakened a 6th rank bloodline? With such a diluted bloodline, what kind of talent can he get? A big shot in the field of science and popular knowledge spoke out sarcastically. Countless people on the internet argued, each supporting their favorite contestant. Finally, a host ranked the current 10 evolvers based on the number of supporters and the level of enthusiasm. 1st, Thunder God. 2nd, Fang Qing. 3rd, Yang Wei. 9th, Lin Yuan.
Tente, Ruandu.
Chapter 95 Sweep, Crush, Global Number 1. Thunder God ranks first entirely because of his flashy fighting style. Summoning thunder, controlling thunder, transforming into thunder, especially transforming into thunder. Apparently it captivated countless fans. It led to him surpassing Fang Qing in popularity, securing the top spot in the rankings this time. Of course, such civilian rankings carry little authority. They are merely based on the past achievements of the top 10 evolvers, as well as their personal popularity. Even so, the rankings of these 10 evolvers do to some extent reflect the outcome of the final battle. The top 3, for example, whether it is Thunder God ranked first or Fang Qing or even Yang Wei. In any case, these 3 evolvers are clearly a tier above the remaining 7 in strength. Almost everyone believes the champion will emerge from these 3. As for which one it will be, only after the fights will we know. In order to ensure fairness in the competition, the official organizers have not yet allowed these 3 evolvers to encounter each other in the arena. Yang Wei is an exception. Before awakening a 6th rank bloodline, he was once crushed by Thunder God. But once a 6th rank bloodline is awakened, it's hard to say who will win or lose. Evolved beings constrained by their own bloodlines can nonetheless dominate their ranking once they awaken a powerful bloodline. The day before the global competition. Virtual world. The officials of the competition found Lin Yuan. Hello, Mr. Lin Yuan. I am the official assistant for this arena competition. A woman with soft features and light purple pupils said with a smile. Hello. Lin Yuan replied with a nod. We need you to record a video. Mainly your thoughts on the upcoming top 10 competition. The female assistant paused before continuing. Of course, if Mr. Lin Yuan is unsure what to say, we can provide a script for you to read from. After speaking, the assistant brought out a stack of documents. Lin Yuan took them, skimmed through, and immediately understood that these scripts were meant for declaring war on the other 9 evolvers. Although the top 3 spots of this competition are almost already decided among Fang Qing, Thunder God, and Yang Wei, regardless, one must not lose momentum. Even if one doesn't make it into the top 3, there is still 4th, 5th to 10th place. These pre-competition interviews are designed to provoke and thereby incite other contestants and the audience. I'll just speak for myself. After reading through the interview scripts, Lin Yuan felt they did not suit him. If Mr. Lin Yuan has his own ideas, then there's naturally no need for a script. The female assistant spoke gently, having followed more than one tournament. She knew that some evolvers get nervous before a competition, which is why she considerately prepared scripts. Then let's. Lin Yuan's face lit up with a smile. I wish everyone a pleasant competition. Is that all? The female assistant asked after hearing Lin Yuan's response, patiently waiting a moment longer. When she saw Lin Yuan looking at her, she realized he had finished speaking. Isn't that enough? Or is there a time requirement for the video? Lin Yuan inquired. There's no time requirement, the assistant hurriedly replied. It just seemed a bit brief. The assistant had another thought that she didn't vocalize. Lin Yuan's statement lacked impact. Merely wishing everyone a pleasant competition? But as an assistant for the competition, she could not dictate what Lin Yuan wanted to say. Then I'll be leaving. Lastly, I hope Mr. Lin Yuan achieves a good ranking. With a smile, the female assistant vanished on the spot. That evening, Lin Yuan continued his usual practice. At that moment, his smart assistant informed him that the profit distribution from the Martial Dao evolutionary path had been settled. Let's see how much money there is. Lin Yuan was interested. The revenue share was settled once a year. As of that day, Lin Yuan had already gone through one settlement. However, during that settlement, the Martial Dao evolutionary path had barely made it into the top 100 and had not been there long, so the final income was just under 10 million. From the last settlement to this one, the Martial Dao evolutionary path had been in the top 10 of the evolution rankings for nearly a year, which surely attracted many citizens to practice it. 1.536 billion? Lin Yuan was slightly surprised to see the final revenue share. This was just the income received. If one were to include the 70% taken by the officials and the taxes, wouldn't the total sales reach nearly 10 billion? Evolution path, martial Tao. Number of people practicing innate chapter, 7,893. Number of people practicing Grandmaster chapter, 2. Number of people practicing Great Grandmaster chapter, 0. Someone has reached the Grand Master realm? Lin Yuan glanced over the related data of people cultivating the martial Tao evolutionary path. This data came from the Cosmic Human Alliance official records, registered with the Evolvers Association. There might be discrepancies, such as Evolvers reaching the Grandmaster realm without registration. But it wouldn't be by much. Such cases like Lin Yuan, whose strength surged dramatically every 8 months, were extremely rare. These numbers don't add up. Lin Yuan looked again at the sales figures for each level of the martial Tao evolutionary path. Over 200 copies of the third rank chapter sold? Lin Yuan was somewhat astonished. To date, the martial Tao evolutionary path was divided into 3 chapters: first rank chapter, second layer chapter, and third rank chapter. Lin Yuan set the price for these 3 stages as first rank chapter, 10,000. Second layer chapter, 50,000. Third rank chapter, 50,000,000. And the third rank chapter of the martial Tao evolutionary path hadn't been uploaded for long. Yet it had already sold over 200 copies. Considering the price of 5 million per copy, over 200 copies meant more than 10 billion. After deducting the 70% taken by the officials and the taxes, that would still amount to 3 to 4 billion. That was no small number. Chapter 96. It must be a chain reaction caused by the martial path evolutionary path reaching its pinnacle. Lin Yuan pondered for a moment before roughly clearing up the cause. After uploading the third rank section, it triggered the Goddess of Wisdom to reevaluate the martial path evolutionary path, which then topped the Kanglin evolution ranking. In the entire Chikuan star domain, this might not be a big deal, but it was definitely going to cause an uproar in the circles of evolvers on Kanglin star. Those top evolvers spending over 5 million to buy the martial path evolutionary path to study was nothing out of the ordinary. 5 million might be a lifetime earning for ordinary citizens, but for third and fourth rank evolvers it wasn't a huge sum. I've made back the investment just like that. Lin Yuan felt delighted as the wealth shrunk from purchasing the Zhu fruit and Han Jade, 2 cosmic spiritual objects, was immediately replenished, and he even gained a few billion extra. Next time I settle accounts, the income should be even more. Lin Yuan thought to himself. The influence of the martial path evolutionary path reaching its pinnacle had yet to fully ferment. As time went by, the future new birth evolvers of Kanglin star would inevitably consider the martial path evolutionary path as their first choice. After all, given nearly the same cost, one evolutionary path ranked first on the ranking, while others were second, third, fourth. Any sane person would know how to choose. The next day, the competition for the top 10 globally officially began. On an extremely large arena, a male and a female host appeared. These 2 hosts were the most famous on Kanglin star, responsible for the commentary of the top 10 finals. And the seats around the arena quickly filled with one audience member after another, while in the virtual world broadcast screen, it showed a large number of citizens watching. Fellow citizens, the moment everyone has been eagerly awaiting has finally arrived. The top 10 finals. I'm sure everyone is desperately curious to see who will emerge as the champion of this arena competition. The male host raised his hand and said loudly, "Let's not waste any more words. Now please welcome our 10 evolvers to the stage." The camera zoomed in. Fong Qing, Thunder God, Yang Wei, Lin Yuan, and other 7 contestants stepped onto the stage in succession. Each time a contestant appeared, cheers resounded like tidal waves, especially for Fong Qing, Thunder God, and Yang Wei. As for the rest, they were largely overshadowed, since everyone was interested in the champion, and currently, Fong Qing, Thunder God, and Yang Wei seemed to have the greatest chances of winning. Lin Yuan, I love you. When it was Lin Yuan's turn, a portion of the audience got excited. Lin Yuan's unique fighting style, liking to torture his opponents, indeed attracted a group of uniquely interested die-hard fans. All right. At this point, the male host started speaking again. It goes without saying, these 10 individuals are the finest young evolvers of our Kanglan star. They are the future of Kanglan star. But on the arena, a victor must still be determined. The male host's voice resonated. The competition begins now. First up is the scoring game. All 10 Evolver contestants will appear on an island that is 100 miles long and wide. The goal for all contestants is to find these blue crystals on the island. The male host pointed with his right hand, and a palm-sized, deep blue crystal appeared in front of everyone. There are a total of 100 of these crystals, scattered in various hidden locations on the island. The scoring at the end of the game will be based on the number of crystals possessed. He said, pausing for a moment. And let me remind you, combat between contestants is not prohibited in this scoring game. His words carried a hint of gunpowder. Not prohibiting combat meant that merely finding crystals wasn't enough. The most important thing was to keep them. Otherwise, you might find 100 crystals, but if you're killed and robbed by other evolvers, it's all in vain. The competition starts now, said the male and female hosts together. Instantly, Fang Qing, Thunder God, and others appeared at various locations on the island. Above the grand arena, 10 screens appeared in the air. These 10 screens broadcasted the 10 Evolver contestants. Now, you may choose your favorite contestant's viewpoint, and you can switch viewpoints at any time, the male host reminded. No sooner had he spoken, many viewers started to choose their viewpoints, and the number of viewers for each screen updated in real time. After a moment, the viewership numbers for each of the 10 screens more or less settled down. The viewpoint for Thunder God had the most viewers, over 110 billion. Fang Qing came next with just over 100 billion. Yang Wei had over 90 billion. The numbers on the screen constantly fluctuated, clearly indicating many viewers were switching between different viewpoints. All right, the competition has started. The male host would switch between different viewpoints every so often, providing commentary. But most of the time, the focus was on Thunder God, Fang Qing, and Yang Wei. After all, these 3 contestants drew the most attention, and commenting on their fights attracted even greater responses from the audience. Looking for stuff, that's not really my forte. Fang Qing appeared in a dense forest, a thoughtful expression on his face. But maybe I could give it a try. Fang Qing closed his eyes, and behind him, an immense ancient god, phantom vaguely surfaced. And with the aid of this ancient god, phantom, Fang Qing's senses rapidly spread out. Blue crystals. Thunder God appeared at the edge of the island, his pupils subtly revealing flashes of blue lightning, eventually surrounded by purple thunder within 1,000 meters around him. Boom, boom, boom. One blue crystal after another was revealed by the collisions with the purple thunder, falling into Thunder God's hands. Let's see where the crystals are. Chapter 97. Yang Wei was a man of stern appearance, his pupils subtly deepening. Bloodline talent, pupil of insight. In a flash, within Yang Wei's vision, trees, stones, and everything else became illusory. Only the blue crystals radiated an unusual color. There's a crystal. Yang Wei saw a blue crystal and flew straight towards it. Above the enormous arena, the male commentator was providing rapid commentary. Look at our contestant Fang Qing, directly summoning the ancient god's apparition to enhance perception, and he has already found 6 blue crystals. After the commentator finished his praise, he shifted the camera angle to Thunder God. My goodness, Thunder God has also awakened a nascent domain, probably the nascent Thunder domain. Using this nascent form to search for blue crystals certainly gives him an advantage over the other contestants. And now our Thunder God has already found 11 crystals. The method Yang Wei uses to search for crystals is quite interesting. Can he directly know where the crystals are? Is he using some kind of ocular bloodline talent? The male and female hosts were switching between 10 different camera views, commenting on each one in turn. Finally, the camera view switched to Lin Yuan. Our contestant Lin Yuan is resting. The male commentator was a bit taken aback. In the previous 9 camera views, all contestants were frantically searching for crystals. Yet when it came to Lin Yuan, he appeared to be casually lying on a boulder, resting with his eyes closed. And this scene was seen by many viewers. On the screen, Lin Yuan was leisurely lying on a boulder, a stark contrast to the other contestants searching for crystals. No way. Could it be that he's already given up the struggle? Right, with Lin Yuan's mastery of a nascent domain, he should be good at finding crystals, but finding crystals and holding on to them are 2 different things. With Lin Yuan's strength, even if he finds crystals, once he encounters powerhouses like Thunder God or Feng Qing, he'll probably have to hand them over obediently. Countless viewers were discussing heatedly, most believing that Lin Yuan had started to throw in the towel. After all, even if he didn't get a single crystal, he would still be ranked 10th in the world. It seems our contestant Lin Yuan is very adept at making choices. The male host pondered for a long time before finally coming up with a suitable phrase. Next, the male host switched camera views again. An attitude like Lin Yuan's passive approach to the competition was not supported by the official arena officials, as it lacked spectacle. Even if there was no hope, one had to struggle a bit, as this would spur much more discussion among viewers. On a boulder on the island, Lin Yuan opened his eyes and looked around. It's about time, Lin Yuan thought to himself. The rules of this scoring match were to find 100 blue crystals scattered across the entire island. These blue crystals could be hidden anywhere on the island. Even if Lin Yuan wanted to search, it would still take time. Better to wait until the other 9 evolvers had gathered their share. Then he could pick the peaches. After all, the rules of the competition did not prohibit snatching, and even encouraged combat and struggle. Let's see who's nearby. Lin Yuan's thoughts moved slightly, and the Taiji domain rapidly expanded. 1 mile, 10 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles. 3 of them. Lin Yuan opened his eyes, his figure vanishing on the spot. The 10th blue crystal. Yang Wei maintained his bloodline talent Pupil of Insight, and was quick at finding blue crystals. It wasn't long before he found the 10th crystal. Keep in mind, there were only a total of 100 crystals scattered across the entire island. Spotted another one? Yang Wei scanned his surroundings. His eyes lit up and he was about to proceed. Just then, an overwhelming pressure descended. What? Yang Wei's expression revealed horror. Immediately after, he saw darkness, and his entire being turned into nothingness. The next moment, Yang Wei appeared in the competition's resting area. Yang Wei's face showed disbelief. I died. Yang Wei's mind was a mess. Up until this moment, he didn't know how he had died. Keep in mind, even if he faced the strongest like Thunder God or Feng Qing, he had confidence that he could fight for a while. Even in defeat, it would be a close defeat. But to be instantly killed like this was too inconceivable. Meanwhile, high above the massive arena, the camera view belonging to Yang Wei suddenly blacked out. The nearly 100 million viewers watching Yang Wei's perspective were suddenly left without a home, and they exploded in uproar. Chapter 98. The end of the arena competition, the ultimate reward for being the world's #1. What the hell? What just happened? Why did Yang Wei's point of view screen go black? At first, the audience thought it was an isolated incident. Perhaps there was some problem with the network connection. But after discussing it with each other, they realized that everyone watching Yang Wei's point of view saw a black screen, which immediately caused an uproar. Up in the sky above the great arena, the male host clearly noticed the situation. Yang Wei, having awakened as a 6th-rank Fallen Star warrior, was one of the hot favorites to win this tournament, and even a host like him would pay extra attention to such a contender. Upon discovering the anomaly, the male host quickly took action. Let's see what happened in the last few seconds before Yang Wei left the stage. The male host, experienced as he was, knew that the sudden blackout had nothing to do with the network. After all, if it were truly a network issue, then the screens for all 10 perspectives would have problems simultaneously. Another possibility for the sudden blackout was that the contender had been eliminated. The audience knew this too, But with Yang Wei's popularity being so high and his strength so formidable, how could a sixth-rank fallen star warrior be eliminated so suddenly? Nobody wanted to believe it. As the male host operated the controls, Yang Wei's screen image began to rewind. It went back to 3 seconds before the blackout. The male host watched intently, and nearly 10 billion viewers did the same. A smile appeared on Yang Wei's face in the image. He must have located the position of the next blue crystal. The next moment, boom! Yang Wei burst into a cloud of blood mist. His internal organs had long been shattered, and he disintegrated into nothingness. As the host had called up a god's eye view, the scene did not end there. People clearly saw that after Yang Wei's body exploded, the 9 blue crystals he carried fell to the ground. At that moment, a slender right hand caught the blue crystals. The camera angle shifted to reveal that the owner of this right hand was Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan pocketed the 9 crystals and once again vanished from the spot. And this scene instantly set all the viewers who witnessed it ablaze. Lin Yuan. Was it Lin Yuan who killed Yang Wei? How is this possible? Does Lin Yuan have that kind of strength? An uproar of discussion rose like a tidal wave among the countless viewers. In truth, even if Lin Yuan had defeated Yang Wei, or even killed him, it wouldn't be too surprising. It would just mean that Lin Yuan was the dark horse of this tournament, defying everyone's expectations. Every iteration of the tournament would occasionally have such incidents, where a competitor not favored by the audience suddenly burst forth. But there was supposed to be a fight, at least a few exchanges of blows. What did it mean for Lin Yuan to kill Yang Wei without Yang Wei even having a chance to react? So it was our Lin Yuan. Even the host, who had learned from backstage in advance that it was Lin Yuan who killed Yang Wei, forgot his lines for a moment. It was too incredible, too unbelievable. Our Lin Yuan has been hiding his abilities deeply, the host said, breathing deeply. Just now, he must have used the power of his domain to crush Yang Wei completely. The male host took a deep breath, pulled up the data from backstage, and began explaining to the audience. In the resting area for the contestants, Yang Wei, now eliminated, also understood how he died through the host's replay and explanation. This Lin Yuan, Yang Wei clenched his fist, has been hiding his strength all along. Ever since he awakened his 6th-rank bloodline, a dedicated team had approached him to analyze the other competitors. According to their analysis, Yang Wei only needed to pay attention to Thunder God and Fang Qing. As for Lin Yuan, Yang Wei had also studied Lin Yuan's battle videos. He didn't think he needed to be overly concerned. But now, as Yang Wei was eliminated, the number of viewers watching Lin Yuan's perspective increased rapidly. From the original tens of millions, it surged to hundreds of millions, tens of billions, over 100 billion. After all, nearly 10 billion viewers were watching Yang Wei, and with Yang Wei eliminated, this part of the audience naturally switched to Lin Yuan's perspective. Even the male host began to commentate from Lin Yuan's perspective. I must say, our Lin Yuan's speed. Just as the male host was marveling, Lin Yuan in the camera found another revolver. Buzz. This contestant was a woman with somewhat curved eyebrows, her smile resembling a crescent moon. Her name was Fan Yu, and despite her delicate appearance, she was a very strong competitor. On the unofficial leaderboard, Fan Yu was ranked 4th, trailing only behind Fang Qing, Thunder God, and Yang Wei. But in the next moment, Fan Yu turned into a blood mist, disintegrated into nothingness. The 6 blue crystals she carried were also caught by Lin Yuan. Cries of shock once again emanated from the spectator stands. If when Yang Wei was killed, most of the audience didn't react in time and their focus was on Yang Wei, not knowing how Lin Yuan made his move. This time, many viewers were focused on Lin Yuan. Witnessing the entire process of Fan Yu's death could be summarized in 2 words. Overwhelming. It was as if some invisible force suppressed Fan Yu, and within 10 meters of Lin Yuan, she was crushed to nothingness. Lin Yuan then arrived just in time to scoop up the falling blue crystals. The whole process was seamless, without any pause or hindrance. Fan Yu seemed to cooperate, without any struggle. Following that, under the watchful eyes of all the viewers, the 3rd one, the 4th one, The fifth one. One after another, contenders were inexplicably crushed, and the viewer's screens naturally switched to Lin Yuan's perspective. This led to an increasing number of viewers watching Lin Yuan. After a brief silence, hundreds of billions of viewers went into a frenzy, utterly losing their minds. Is this Lin Yuan? He's so powerful? Which idiot ranked Lin Yuan 9th? Chapter 99. His current strength, 4th rank? More and more spectators switched to Lin Yuan's perspective. Even the fans of Thunder God and Fang Qing gathered around, discussing fervently. In this tournament, or perhaps in the history of such tournaments, it was rare to see an evolver like Lin Yuan who easily crushed other contestants. After all, the precondition for participating in the tournament was being under 100 years old, typically only showcasing third-rank beginners at best. As for stronger ones, they were probably picked up by other star system level powers and participated in more prestigious tournaments at the star system and star domain levels. From the spectator stand. Damn! I thought I could beat him. Bingyan looked towards Lin Yuan on the battlefield, who seemed like a god or devil. He was also one of the top 20 evolvers in this tournament with third-rank strength and had fought against Lin Yuan. Back then, Lin Yuan had not revealed such terrifying combat power, so Bingyan thought he had a chance to win. But now, looking back, his own thoughts seemed rather ridiculous. Holy shit, is Brother Lin's strength that strong? Zhong Bai, Chao Rong, and others had their eyes wide open. Mr. Liao next to them also showed an incredulous look. Particularly Mr. Liao had sent other contestants' combat videos to Lin Yuan, thinking he wasn't interested because he felt he couldn't win. Now it seemed, Lin Yuan really wasn't interested at all. On the island, around Thunder God, within a few hundred meters, there was a purple thunder encircling. He himself was also sprinting at an extremely fast speed towards a certain direction. With the help of the nascent Thunder domain, Thunder God had already collected 15 blue crystals. Ha! Thunder God suddenly stopped in his tracks. The spreading nascent Thunder domain around him suddenly faced some terrifying suppression and instantly dissipated. Are you, Lin Yuan? Thunder God's pupils contracted as he looked towards a figure that had appeared nearby without him noticing. It's me. Lin Yuan was also sizing up Thunder God. Unlike other evolvers, Thunder God's physique had undergone the baptism of thunder, making it extremely unique. Thus, Lin Yuan did not immediately suppress him. Instead, he planned to study for a while. Now Lin Yuan was at 9th segment of the 4th rank, and other 3rd rank evolvers could be understood just by observing a few times. Only Thunder God and that Fang Qing required a bit more observation. You? Thunder God glanced towards Lin Yuan, tension evident in his gaze. At this moment, he faintly sensed a powerful and vast suppressive force emanating from all around Lin Yuan, far surpassing his nascent Thunder domain. Instinct told Thunder God that Lin Yuan was too strong, so strong that it was beyond his resistance. Just like moments earlier, his nascent Thunder domain was instantly crushed. You can attack me. Lin Yuan's gaze flickered as he spoke. To attack you? Thunder God's mouth twitched, with Lin Yuan feeling to him like a towering mountain. And he, Thunder God, was merely an ordinary person. Now the towering mountain was telling him, Thunder God, to strike him. How to strike? With what to strike? No. I am Thunder God. I can lose, but cannot fear. Thunder God took a deep breath. His skin, his flesh, his internal organs, his bones, almost in an instant transformed into purple thunder. Incarnation as thunder. Faced with other opponents, Thunder God rarely used this ability immediately. But the pressure from Lin Yuan was too great. So great that if he did not transform into thunder, he would have likely conceded. Physical energy transformation? Lin Yuan's eyes sparkled. This ability was extremely rare, at least since the tournament began. Lin Yuan had encountered many evolvers, but only Thunder God possessed it. Boom! Thunder God, transformed into purple thunder, charged directly towards Lin Yuan. Buzz! The purple thunder exploded violently when it came within 10 meters of Lin Yuan. Finally, Countless fine purple thunders converged and reformed into Thunder God's figure again. Good, good. Lin Yuan nodded. Again. Thunder God spat out a mouthful of blood and transformed into thunder again. This continued 3 times. The last time Thunder God forcibly transformed into thunder caused his physical body to collapse, leading him to die willingly in front of Lin Yuan. So, transforming into thunder, this ability can be used up to 3 times in a short period. Lin Yuan mused to himself. However, by watching Thunder God transform into thunder 3 times, Lin Yuan gained quite a lot, collecting the fallen blue crystals and then went to find the next evolver. Too strong. Lin Yuan, I love you. Thunder God is already very strong, but in front of Lin Yuan, he's like a child. True. I guess if Lin Yuan hadn't been interested in tormenting people, the fight would have ended much earlier, just like with Yang Wei. The chatter of countless spectators arose. Previously everyone was debating which evolver was stronger. Now everyone is arguing. Lin Yuan is too strong. There's no way around it, given the strength Lin Yuan has exhibited. It's on a completely different level compared to other evolvers. It's like a father beating his son. Why is it so quiet? At a location on the island, Fang Qing appeared slightly surprised. Behind him, a grand ancient god shadow stood tall, constantly releasing its senses in all directions. The ancient god shadow's precise range of perception was about 2 or 3 miles around itself. Within these 2 or 3 miles, every little detail would emerge in Fang Qing's mind. As for areas beyond 2 or 3 miles, the ancient god shadow also had vague perceptions, such as the general auras of other evolvers and so forth. But now, Fang Qing suddenly felt as if the entire island had fallen into a sort of silence. As if he were the only one moving. What's happened? Fang Qing wondered. However, since it was currently competition time, he couldn't contact the outside world. A moment later, in the competition's rest area, Fang Qing's figure appeared. Me? Fang Qing's face showed an extremely complicated expression, along with a hint of fear. Just now he had encountered Lin Yuan, or rather, Lin Yuan had found him. What followed was a fight where he was repeatedly toyed with, no matter how Fang Qing resisted or struggled. No matter how exquisite the techniques from the ancient god evolution path were, facing Lin Yuan meant constant suppression. What made Fang Qing even more baffled was, with Lin Yuan's strength, he could have ended his life quickly. But he didn't. This behavior made Fang Qing absolutely certain that Lin Yuan indeed enjoyed tormenting his opponents. You all have been eliminated. Fang Qing quickly realized. Not just him but Thunder God, Yang Wei, and 8 other evolvers were there too. That Lin Yuan. Yang Wei gritted his teeth. He wanted to say Lin Yuan was bullying the weak, but then remembered according to the competition rules, Lin Yuan might not even be older than him. As Fang Qing looked around, he suddenly understood. It turns out they had all been eliminated by Lin Yuan. Fanboy looked carefully that Lin Yuan must be 4th rank and even higher than 9 segments, mastering a complete domain. His talent throws you 9 streets behind. A palm-sized elderly man with a white beard suddenly appeared on Fang Qing's shoulder. At this moment, this white-bearded old man was watching the video of the recent point match, his words showing disdain for Fang Qing. 4th rank. Higher than 9 segments? Fang Qing shrank his head. Even though he had received his teacher's heritage and had the intelligent life of a white-bearded old man, breaking through to the 4th rank would take him at least a century, let alone reaching a high segment. When all 9 competitors including Fang Qing were eliminated, Lin Yuan naturally became the final victor on the island. This point match, compared to previous editions, was way too unpredictable. Fang Qing, Thunder God, and Yang Wei in previous tournaments all had the potential to win the championship. Yet, in this edition they appeared at the same time. That alone was unexpected. But then emerged a monster like Lin Yuan. He alone overwhelmed and crushed the other 9 competitors with his power, turning an otherwise exciting point match into a dull and uniform event. All everyone needed to do was watch Lin Yuan perform. The other evolvers were merely there for setting the scene. After the point match ended, the combat competitions began. However, Fong Qing and a few other evolvers, as soon as they were matched with Lin Yuan, didn't even think about it and immediately conceded. What a joke! Why not concede and wait to be tortured? This actually disappointed Lin Yuan. He had originally planned to continue experiencing the transformation of thunder and the ancient god evolution skill. Several days later, the individual rankings for the combat tournament were finalized. Lin Yuan was ranked first, the champion of Kanglan Star. The individual competitions concluded. The tournament officials then began to distribute the rewards. Firstly was the reward for the global champion. Lin Yuan looked at the reward list in front of him, his expression slightly changing. Chapter 100. Choosing rewards, different species. Compared to the team competition rewards, the individual competition rewards were much more generous, not only in quantity, but also in quality, far surpassing those of the team competition. Especially for Lin Yuan, who had achieved the number 1 ranking globally, the rewards were considerable. Mr. Lin Yuan, if there is anything on the reward list that you do not understand, you can ask me. Standing beside him was a woman dressed in a pink skirt. Her graceful demeanor made one feel amiable towards her. On the reward list there were 50 items. There were high-tech weapons, battleships, spaceships, and the like. There were also inheritances of evolution paths, including the Purple Thunder evolution path practiced by Thunder God, which was once a top-ranking evolution path on Kanglan Star. There were also some cosmic rare treasures, treasures of the starry sky and uncommon spiritual objects and so on. As the champion of the individual competition, Lin Yuan could select 5 items from the list and had the right of first choice. That is to say, the 50 items on the list would only be available for other evolvers to select from after Lin Yuan had made his choices. According to the competition rules, the first place could select 5 items. The second and third places could select 3 items. From the 4th to the 10th place they could select 1 item. Which 5 should I choose? Lin Yuan was thinking rapidly. To be honest, Lin Yuan wanted all 50 items on the reward list. After all, each one was extraordinarily valuable, worth billions, and one couldn't simply buy them with money. They also required citizen rights and other restrictions. Even if Lin Yuan himself didn't need them, he knew many would pay a premium price for them. 3rd rank gene potion? I don't need it. 4th rank orbital cannon? Also not needed. Lin Yuan continued to eliminate options until he had decided on 5. 1 4th rank life fruit. This cosmic rare treasure contained an enormous amount of life force, allowing evolvers below the 5th rank to recover quickly from even the most severe injuries, as long as their soul remained. It was a treasure for preserving life. Even a 4th rank life fruit had a certain effect on 5th rank evolvers, remaining effective as long as the injuries were not fatal. Lin Yuan chose the life fruit purely as a precaution against extreme situations, ensuring he had it on hand should he sustain any injuries. Furthermore, within the Cosmic Human Alliance, the life fruit was highly sought after and always in short supply. Even if Lin Yuan didn't need it, he could monetize it later on. 2. The Soul Defense Treasure, Soul Suppressing Bell. The Soul Suppressing Bell could guard one's soul and effectively defend against other soul attacks or soul disturbances. The soul is crucial for life. In the Cosmic Human Alliance, whether one is classified as human race is not determined by the physical body, but by the soul. For example, some cosmic prodigies with great fortunes seize the bodies of some innate powerful special life forms. Would that cosmic prodigy still count as part of the human race? Or would the offspring of some great figures who switch to a body with superior aptitudes still be considered the descendants of those figures? The first one counts. The second one counts as well. As long as the soul is unique, that is enough. 3. Jili Liquid. This liquid could enhance one's physical base strength to a certain extent and was only effective for evolvers of the 4th rank and below. The soul may be important, but the physical body is essential. In the Cosmic Human Alliance's commercial app, Jili Liquid can only be hoped to be purchased for 50 billion. And that is only a hope. As soon as it appears, it is often snapped up immediately. For soul-nourishing jade. Wearing this jade over a long period can subtly increase soul strength. As for the fifth item, he chose a 6th rank evolution skill. This 6th rank evolution skill, from another life planet, seemed from its description to complement Lin Yuan's martial Tao cultivation system significantly. If Lin Yuan were to purchase it directly, each evolution skill would also cost tens of billions. This 6th rank evolution skill was almost top tier among the 50 items. That will be all. Lin Yuan returned the reward list to the lady in the pink skirt. Understood. The lady's eyes were gentle. Before she left, she suddenly mentioned, "By the way, Mr. Lin Yuan, there might be news from the Chikuan Star domain after a while." Understood. Lin Yuan nodded. Before the third teleportation. Hello everyone, this is Shadow. Due to copyright restrictions on YouTube, I can't publish many of the audiobooks you love. That's why I've created a special paid service where you can enjoy over 300 high-quality audiobooks from platforms like Webnovel, Pocket FM, Audible, Wuxia, and more. Each novel comes as a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden fees. After payment, you'll receive full access via Telegram, along with all future updates for that novel. You'll find a wide selection of your favorite genres and titles, always in premium audio quality. Check the full list of available novels in the description. DM me now to get your favorite stories in audiobook form and start listening today.